We are back at it again here with another video with the Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask for in returns for you to smash that like button, tell me when you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you'll appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. So here we are with DWAC, and Digital World Acquisition Corp is holding itself up sideways. But is this actual weakness or strength? That's what we're going to break down in this video. I have some data and articles to share with you guys, as well as what 42 Vision is showing on the 30-minute, 15-minute, and the 1 day to see what is going on within the charts. But before we do and break it all down, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if that is something you want to become part of and you want to get in on early with us in every single opportunity we look for daily and weekly, join us. The link is down below in the description. We look forward to having you join us. We're going to jump right into it here with DWAC. So today's home run was spectacular and beyond expectations. It all happened in a matter of minutes. And if you want to get in on early on opportunities like these, we strive for them every single day. Even though it's a Friday and it turned out to be a little tricky, the opportunities are there and you can become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together. We look for opportunities every single day. These are the stocks I mentioned this morning. Every single one gave us opportunities of 5 to 10%, 10 to 20% within their drops and runs up. But the home run of the day was GFAI. Let's go ahead and look at this chart together so you could see here how quickly this all unraveled. So in the pre-market, I was watching as it was picking up and consolidating here towards the bell, and right at the bell it took off in a matter of 10 minutes to a highest point of 25% plus, pulled back down and went up for another 5 to 10% right after that pullback. After hitting that highest point, dropped pretty fast. The volatility was wild, and in a matter of 2 minutes from that point down here all the way back up to this peak, it went up another 20%. And then it gave a third opportunity of 5 to 15%. So if you would like to become part of this and get in on early with us, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with DWAC, Digital World Acquisition Corp, and it's holding up pretty well from the lows way down here since I stated how exciting it was to see this in 42 Vision and a transition was possibly forming, and it did. And it went for a 2-day streak of upward potential, and today things have gone a little bit rocky. Now, one thing that I would take in consideration is it's a Friday, right? Number one. Number two, the other thing as well is a lot of headlines are coming out talking about the valuation, how it got its valuation, and is it really valued at that amount. This is something I've been talking about in every single video because I know there's a lot of people looking at this. This has become a meme stock, a movement stock, right? It's a movement more than just a stock. And a lot of people believe in the business model and what Truth Social will bring once it merges and goes public with Digital World Acquisition Corp. Now, there's a few things though when it comes to fundamentals, and once shorts can actually short the stock, and once the merger happens and everything, there's some things that come into the valuation that no matter how much people want to see it go higher, no matter how low the float is, no matter anything, we need to also think about possible offerings. What about if those just get thrown out of nowhere for possible ventures for the growth, quote unquote, of the future of the company? And that's fine. I mean, if it's something that's going to benefit the company, offerings are healthy, but not so early when the SPAC itself isn't offering, right? It's a public offering. It's a special acquisition purpose agreement. So DWAC right now is in a situation that after all this euphoria and strength, things have came back down. This has gotten some of a reversal here after this weakness. And we stated we want to see if this does a dead cat bounce move. And it seems so far that it's not just a dead cat bounce move. There's been some strength here. I mean, it's moved from lows way down here at $52 and $55 all the way back up towards 77, got rejected, has recently hit lows here of $66, $65, and then all the way up to here at 74 with volatility, came back down and leveled off at 67. These are some key things though that you want to keep in mind. So the main thing that made it run in the last 2 days before Friday, talking back here on the 27th and 28th, it was the fact that Marjorie Taylor Greene loads up on Digital World Acquisition shares, and it created and pushed more further adoption, more attention to it, more forums talking and discussing this, and also more awareness to those that did not know about the stock. It brought more awareness. Now, another thing as well is the amount of her position. There's some people that can go ahead and state, why didn't she put more? What about other representatives? Are they supporting this movement? That's going to create further catalysts as more representatives and more figures, right? Public figures come out and state, I'm supporting this SPAC and I put this much in, just like Marjorie Taylor Greene has actually disclosed, and it's out there in public information. So her amount, even though it seems small compared to what others are actually putting in or whatnot, the fact that she's contributing and being a face or a figure to say, hey, I'm in this SPAC, it's created more further adoption. And you can actually see how just based off the technicals, this could reverse, but the strength has been way more, right? And even since right here at 42 Vision, it was looking clear that a reversal can come, but this amount of strength to bring it back up nearly $20, $22, almost 50% from these areas, it has been a huge impact based off of that news alone. And so far, it's holding it up. But the only thing that can bring this down without even shorts being in the picture is investors themselves cashing out on profits or even cutting some of their losses at these levels, which would be kind of interesting when a lot of people are talking about seeing this go back up to 100, seeing this go back up to 500, 200 eventually, right? And if they're looking at that as the possibility, then why not just hold? So the biggest investors that are probably cashing out, even if they don't want to, but they see those gains and they're just like, wow, I gotta realize them, is those that got in down here at 10, 11, 15, 16, all the way up to $20, and it's nearly 3x, 5x, whatever it is in the case or may be of their level of entry. So that's another thing to consider, especially the early on investors. And we've seen a lot of them unload even at these levels. I mean, the amount that this stock moved from $10 all the way up to 169, 170, 180, this is the type of movement that a stock takes 10, sometimes even 20 years to even get to those levels. And it happened in 2 days. So profit taking was just unavoidable for those that are hedge funds, which we saw those type of records come out, and also short-term investors and whatnot, or day traders, right? Or those that, actually got a position, they're holding some for the long term, but they wanted to cash in profits, and it escalated pretty quickly, especially the halts that happened. That's another thing that started to create that uncertainty and doubt and making more fear on the stock. Now, this is what we know so far. And in this article, it talks about Digital Acquisition Corp, what it is, what it's going to do, and how it's going to merge, right, with Trump social media. And one of the things that is concerning, right, and we've seen this before and we've seen it with other SPACs, and I've stated it in this video and I always break it down, especially if you're a first-time viewer or a frequent viewer. I want you guys to be aware of this. And it states here, based off of SPAC Insider Notes, we don't know how they got to the valuation. We have no information. That's the fundamental problem. DWAC merger deal with TMTG values it at US $875 million. And it comes back to this article where it talks about Truth Social, what the company is doing. They've come to a definitive merger agreement, which is what's creating all the hype and speculation. That's the charts of the day when things were running up in a matter of hours. It went way beyond that. That was phenomenal in just 2 days. And then we have here the information I have broken down time after time of 875 valuation for Trump Media Technology Group. But the 825 million additional shares is the valuation they're granted after, right, the performance of the stock based off of post-business combination. I always emphasize that. And then together gives it 1.7 billion based off of this article. And then also DWAC's cash and trust, 293. You put it together, I've always stated 2 billion, right? Just round it up. This is not confirmed to be completely all of the valuation they can obtain, right, and be granted, because it all depends on the performance of the stock post business combination. I personally believe those are the most important keywords in this whole entire article, and everything having to do with Trump social media platform, Truth Social, right, and this merger and everything coming with it. So it all adds back up towards what they state here, right? This is the skepticism, and I've talked about it, and I know it's going to hit headlines more and more over time to hurt the momentum, or at least make it fade. And it's also a tactic to allow hedge funds or those that missed out to try to get in at lower prices, especially if they know there's potential. So just be aware of all that information. Now, this is a tweet here that says the name of the company, Digital World Acquisition Corp. It is a cutting-edge high-tech firm out of Miami awaiting imminent patent approval on the next generation of social media. I love how they use this picture here, almost like pitching it. But not only that, it's almost being pitched, and Truth Social is going to be revolutionary, but it could be basically a hint that it is a huge impact on the future of social media. One of the things that I'm noticing, and this is completely out of context, it's an informal way of looking at things, is Truth Social could become the next social media platform to blow up someday, like Facebook, like Twitter, because all those other social media platforms are revolutionizing to new ways, and they're completely not even going to be focused on this sector anymore, opening the door and opening the way for a platform like Truth Social and many others that can start appearing in the future. Don't be surprised, or others that start adapting. It is going to make and pave the way for these to grow. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below on DWAC, Digital World Acquisition Corp. with Truth Social, and Trump Media Group. What you think down below. Are you holding? Are you swing trading this? How is it that you've been reacting? And what do you think is going to happen moving forward? As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.